Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to try and reach Fortree City. I apologize if the video has audio problems, as in like the video's too low in audio, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. On the video, there is audio, but it's quite low because sometimes when I'm doing stuff, I lower down the audio and I forgot to put it up high enough, so it might be kind of low, but I really couldn't fix it. But there is audio, it's just very faint. But in this video, it wasn't much really, nothing really happened that wasn't out of the ordinary. It was just dealing with more trainers, trekking to Fortree, going to the Weather Institute, and we're also going to fight May again. I did struggle with Winona. I tried to battle her to see how it would go. My failed attempt, I'm not sure if I'm going to include it. Maybe when I get to that part, I will probably include it at the end of the video to show the failed attempt, but the successful attempt will be where I will show, but towards the end probably I'll show you guys the failed attempt, because she did annihilate my team a lot. Like, it was awful. Like, that was one of the worst battles in this entire playthrough. She was very difficult to fight and defeat. She was very hard because of her Altaria. Because when I fought her, she sent out her Swablu, which is very easy if you have like a rock move or ice or whatever, or electric move, because it's a normal flying type. But she sent out her Altaria and then just started to spam Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance increases a Pokemon's speed and their attack, and it makes it a lot harder for you to defeat them. That's all she did, and then she just spammed Earthquake. So I got completely annihilated by her. That was my first loss in this entire playthrough. So I kind of felt like crap after I lost, because I was hoping that I would actually beat her, and I didn't. So off screen, I went and I got the Ice Beam TM. So when you guys see the next when I record again, you guys will see and notice that Marshtomp has a new move, which is Ice Beam. He can't learn it naturally, he can learn it by TM though. So that would be my ace in the hole of beating her, because he resists all of her moves except Tropius, which I can deal with Larion, because Larion or Spump can deal with her, my Crobat can deal with her, or the Larion, because both of them are resistant to her moves, so I don't have to worry about problems with the Tropius. But Altaria, that Altaria is literally annoying as hell, because it knows Earthquake, it knows Dragon Dance, Aerial Ace, and one other move. It's just one of the most range-inducing Pokemon in this entire playthrough that was used by one of the gym leaders, besides the Torkoal. I think the Torkoal and the Altaria are tied for the most obnoxious Pokemon in the series so far. And the Weather Institute wasn't too bad either. It was really easy. But the only really difficult battle so far was Winona. You guys won't see that until I think one other video, because there's this video and then there's another video So the next video after these two will be when we actually do the gym and Winona, and then we can move on to another area. Because the next two gyms after her, the twins are easy, and Juan is alright. He's not too bad, it's just his gym's annoying. Because his gym has a floor that's made of ice, and you have to walk across it a certain way to get to the stairs. And if you don't do it properly, you fall through the floor, and you have, depending where you are, there's trainers. So it's a pain, but we finally get our Larion, finally, and 10 more levels, and we will have another fully evolved Pokemon, which would be Aggron. Aggron's really good because it learns a lot of moves by TM, like electrical moves, fire moves. Basically, he's one of the most versatile on my team when it comes to, what is it called? When it comes to the Pokemon on my team, he has the most versatility. I think the second one would probably be either Marshtomp or Salamence when I finally get it. I won't be getting it until late game because I have to wait until I get Waterfall, which won't be until Juan. So I only have like a few battles after that. I'll probably level grind it off screen and only show like the evolutions and then go from there. But like I said, I won't be getting it until much later because you need Waterfall to access the area where it's located. Because if you don't have Waterfall, you're not going to be able to get a Bagon. But for now, we're mostly going to have our main party, which will be 5 Pokemon. And then our HM Pokemon. And if I have to remove Shedinja, I will remove it and have the other HM Pokemon, because later on in the game, you mostly need Surf. The only time you really need like Cut, Rock Smash, and stuff is later on in the caves. And also, of course, like when I have to do Victory Road, I have to have both of them in the party. Because Victory Road is like an onslaught of all the different HM moves you have, like Rock Smash, Strength, and everything else. Victory Road is like where a lot of people get annoyed with, me especially, because it's long, for one. For two, it takes way too long to get through. Especially in certain generations, Victory Road is like hell incarnate. While other games, it's very easy depending on the generation. I don't remember this gen's Victory Road. I don't remember. I haven't played it in a long time, so I don't remember how bad it is. I know that you have to fight somebody. I'm not saying who, but there's a person you fight, I think, when you enter Victory Road or when you exit Victory Road, depending on the version. So, but soon enough we'll be entering the Weather Institute. There's not that many trainers to fight in the Weather Institute, so this is where the audio starts to be low volume, so I apologize, because like I said, I didn't know the volume was low. Because I don't put my headsets in that I use to do the screen recording. I don't put them in. I basically have them laying flat, so I don't know if the audio is low or high or not. So they're just saying not to go to the Weather Institute. And complaining that they have to stand at the bridge, making sure Team Magma doesn't pass by. So now here's the Weather Institute. I do heal up my Pokemon because if you see like a bed there, you can use that to heal. It's like kind of using like a Pokemon Center. And then I exchange, I think, my stuff in the PC later. My Pokemon in the PC. Because I was going to try to evolve Shedinja. Me and Nikita and Shninja. We do get a Shninja, but I don't think in this video. I think in the next video we get Shninja. I'll wait until the person who wanted it to know what nickname they want, because like I said, I still don't know yet. But once I do get the nickname, I'll wait until I beat Winona so I can use Fly so I don't have to walk all over the place anymore. Because it's kind of annoying having to backtrack, especially if you're really far from where you have to go. It takes a lot of time. I did mess up when I was doing this because I forgot there's a thing called move items in the PC where you can take items off of Pokemon and use it. Because that's when I get cast form, because cast form has a Mystic Water, and Mystic Water increases water type moves, which would be very useful when Marshtomp, when he becomes a Swampert, learns Muddy Water, which will be replacing Water Gun. And Mudshot will be replaced with Earthquake. So we would have Takedown, Earthquake, Muddy Water, and Ice Beam. That would be his moveset. So, which is pretty good because I have coverage for different types, because I have Ice Beam for flying and grass Pokemon. Then I have Earthquake for rock, steel types. And have the Muddy Water for rock and rock fire types. And then I have Takedown just for normal damage. So that would be that. But the other Pokemon, I don't know what their final move sets are gonna be. Shroom Dino, I'm mostly gonna have like one move for I know he has Effect Spore, but that's if a Pokemon does physical damage to him. And that's what happens, like it gets poisoned or whatever. But I want to have like something to where, like, if when I go for Bagon or when I get like my Tentacool and stuff, I need to make sure that I have a move that I can use to paralyze what is it called, a Pokemon, so I can catch it. Because if I can catch the legendaries, I would need that so I can increase the chances of catching them, because some of them have very low catch rates. So I just want to make sure I'm guaranteed to get the Pokemon. But like I said, if I'm not able to catch them, I'm not catching them. Because like I said, this is a challenge run. This is not like a run where I'm getting all the Pokemon or doing, the legendaries and stuff. Just trying to get the main story done. But I am excited to play one of the ROM hacks. I'm still waiting for any more votes because it's tied right now between Liquid Crystal and Light Platinum. So out of those two, like I said, it's tied. So I'm waiting until someone breaks the tie, because right now it's like a 50-50 tie. So now we're gonna fight another grunt, of course, because, it never ends with Pokemon battles in this game. At least it's not as bad as like Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD. Those games from beginning to end are nothing but double battles. The games are fun, don't get me wrong, but that's basically the entire game is nothing but double battles. The games have a lot of they have a darker story though. They're not the typical happy-go-lucky Pokemon stories. That's why I prefer the original Pokemon games before, like, when they became all bright and colorful and cheery and happy and everything else. Because at least, the stories in Gen 4, Gen 3 and stuff, it had, like, actual stakes. Nowadays, like, oh no, blah 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 is going to happen. Later on, there's stakes in this game, but I'm not spoiling it for people who've never played Emerald. Even though this game is old, really old, but sometimes, people want to see for themselves. So I try to keep things, like, ambiguous until I get to a certain point, then I say it. But like I said, we do get a Shedinja next episode, the next video, but I was wrong. Shedinja isn't going to be at level 1, it's going to be at level 20. So I was concerned that I was going to have a low level, like level 1 Pokemon. I wasn't. I got a level 20. So it just has to like level up like 10 levels or so before I can use it. Because right now it's an awful moveset. I have to wait until it learns like Dig and Shadow Ball, because all it has is like Leech Life and really bad moves. So I'm waiting until it gets something decent. Something decent for Shedinja. So now they're going to talk about Team Magma. So she wants to know why we're going to be snipping around our business, and now we're going to have those Team Aqua Grunts come and say that the Team Magma is going to Mount Pyre. So after that, they leave, and then we're going to wind up getting a Pokemon. And now we get a really useless Pokemon that no one really ever cares about, which is Cast Form. Cast Form's a Pokemon, depending on the weather conditions, it changes its typing, I guess. I think it does. For 1 and for 2, it learns a move, the Weather Ball, and depending on the weather, it changes. So, like, say if it's like hail, Weather Ball is ice or whatever, and if it's sunny day, it's like fire. Rainy day, it's like water and stuff. I mean, a rain dance, or whatever it's called. Now we're going to leave the Weather Institute, and we're gonna head to, trying to go up to where Fort Tree is, but we're not going to be able to because we're going to be battling May. This is an easier May fight, to be honest. It's not hard by any means. In my opinion, Maze and Brendan are like one of the easiest sort of rivals in the series. They're not hard at all. They're pretty easy, to be honest. I think one of the most hardest ones, in my opinion, was like, I really didn't play Gen 2 much. I played Gold and Soul Silver when I was really young, when I was younger. That one was pretty memorable. The Gen 2 rival, of course, Blue was pretty good too. Wally was, and so was like the guy from 4, Gen 4. But I did not like Hop at all, and I did not like the guy from what is it called? Pokemon Sun and Moon. I did not like him at all. I'm not really into like overly peppy, cheery characters. I never was. Don't get me wrong, I like characters that are like, not always like down and out and antisocial and everything else, but at the same time, I don't like characters that are fake and obnoxious. I don't find it cute, so I find it kind of annoying, to be honest. So I wasn't really into Hop at all, or his like personality. That's not like what I like in characters. Now we're going to see May. She wonders where we were and then wants us to battle her. And like I said before, she was really easy. And I was like, she was easy to fight and beat, but Winona literally kicked my ass verbatim, which sucked, but we'll kick her butt anyway when we fight her again. because Ice Beam is going to be, like I said, my ace in the hole, because all her Pokemon are either quad weak to it or they're weak to it. Especially like if I can survive Tropius, because I think Tropius is slower than Marshtomp is. I have to like Google the base speed of her Tropius, because Marshtomp has a decent speed stat. It's not really that fast, but it's not really that slow like what's it called? Aron. It's not slow like Larion or Aggron. It's pretty fast, but it's not as fast as my Crobat. My Crobat is like level 26 and has like 90 speed at the moment. So it has a really high speed stat at this time. So we beat May. We defeated May, yay. Soon we'll be beating May, because I still have to beat Grovyle, which sucks. In my opinion, most of the grass starters are always at a disadvantage with the gyms or the Elite Four or the champion because of their typing. I think the only one that actually did well in its generation was Venusaur, because it did have some type advantages, but ones like Grovyle doesn't have that many type advantages because of the types and the, what is it called in this generation? And then Bayleaf, especially, like Meganium, and Gen 2 has no type advantages. It has like type advantages like to like 2 Pokemon and like the Elite Four. And it's a really bad Pokemon. I think it's by far the worst Pokemon stat-wise out of certain gens. And Gen 4, the Torterra was pretty good because it has it's a ground and grass type. But Empoleon is probably the only one that really has a disadvantage because it's a water and steel type. So it's gonna have a lot of weaknesses, especially to fighting. So it depends on the and also ground too. Well, we defeated May now. I made a mistake and called it too early. But now we're going to try to head up, but I'm going to stop the recording soon. We do get Fly, which is good. I can't use it yet because I didn't beat, what's her name, Winona yet. You have to beat her first before you can use the HM. And she says, like, I should fly back to Little Root because of the character's mom, and then she leaves. Now we're going to see Scott. Scott's just cheering on us for, regarding beating May and stuff. Scott does play a role, but he plays a role in post-game. Because I think, if I remember correctly, he's the one that brings you to the Battle Frontier. That's why he's always up your butt. He's like, oh, this person's gonna be good. Now we're just gonna do this last trainer battle, and then that'll be the end of the video. And this battle goes by really quick. And then we'll be done for this video. And I'll try to get these videos up soon. And then I will wait until next week to upload the 2 for the Winona stuff. Well, I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles.